Good morning, children. Welcome to the next session. In this session, we will be doing chapter number 3, part 1, quotes and their importance. See, children, in our daily routine life, we come across many situations where there are hot discussions, and sometimes these hot discussions may lead to a fight, and these fights lead some of the people to take the course of the courts, where justice is given to the person who is right. So let us understand in this chapter what is the importance of courts. So with the help of this short story, the writer has made us understand that why courts are important and how justice is given. So let us start. There was once a king who lived in a grand palace. There was a river at a distance where the village washerman would wash clothes daily. One day, the washerman and his wife were washing clothes till late, and it grew dark while they were returning home. Suddenly, a bullet came from the direction of the palace, which hit the washerman, killing him on the spot. Now, the washerman was killed on the spot because the bullet came and hit him in his head. So, the lady, that is the wife of the washerman, came to the king's court for justice. On the next day, the washerman's wife went to the court to seek justice. The king listened to her carefully. She said, "The bullet came from the direction of the palace only." The king thought over the matter for a while and asked her to come the next day. When the king investigated the matter, he found out that it was the queen who had fired the shot. Now, as it takes some time to investigate what is the correct situation, so the king also asked the lady to come the next day. And he collected the facts, and he found out that it was the king who had fired the shot. She was fond of hunting but had no intentions of killing the washerman. It was just a coincidence that the washerman felt dead. The people of the village, including the washerwoman, went to the court the next day. She asked the king to give her justice. He reassured her, saying, "I will ensure that you get justice." Everybody was listening to this carefully. Now, in the case of this washerwoman, she got the justice. Ours is a democratic country. Now, you can see the picture of Goddess of Justice. She is holding a weigh balance. Right? What do you see in the picture, children? She is the goddess of justice. What is special about this idol? She is holding the weigh balance, that justice is given to all, and in the eyes of the goddess of justice, everyone is equal. No one is small, no one is big, no one is rich or poor. Right? Our country is a democratic country. The judiciary of a country is independent and unbiased. It is not depending on any biasness. The courts do not have any biasness as far as justice is given to the people. Those who do not abide by the law are considered as criminals. Now, those who are not abiding by the laws which are laid down, they are considered as criminals. Such criminals deprive people of their rights. So those criminals cannot get the rights. Our country has the benefit of the judiciary at all levels. Even at the lower level, justice is given, may it be the taluka court, the district court, the high court and the supreme court. We all know that the courts are working at all levels, at a smaller level and a higher level also. These courts there are three levels of courts: taluka, district and the state level. These courts are known as taluka court, district court and the high court. So children, justice is given to the people even at the lower level and the higher level also. Judgments are passed on civil and criminal cases. For the judiciary to function quickly and inexpensively, Lok Adalats have been put into practice. So there were Lok Adalats also. We have learnt in the first semester that in the village there were Lok Adalats. They are inexpensive and the judgment is given very easily and it is not time consuming. So you can see High Court is at the higher level, then comes the district court and then the taluka court works under it. So let us understand, the court at the lower level is taluka court. Such courts are called trial courts. The trial is held in these courts. District courts are about taluka courts. The head of the district court is the High Court. You can see the picture of the Gujarat High Court. Now let us see one example, Hansaba's land. The writer has given the example and has made us understand. There was once a landlord in a small town whom everyone was afraid of. He owned a majority of land area in the town. There was an old lady, Hansaben, whose farm was near his land. The landlord gradually started capturing the land nearby. Now, वो लैंड हंसाबेन की थी, लेकिन जो लैंडलॉर्ड था वो पूरा उसका लैंड कैप्चर करना चाहता था, लेना चाहता था, राइट? Slowly and steadily, by and by, the landlord encroached upon half of Hansaben's territory. जो फार्म था उसकी टेरिटरी पर उसने अपना हक जमा दिया, हर फार्म, एंड डिड नॉट गिव हर लैंड और मनी इन रिटर्न. लेकिन उस लैंडलॉर्ड ने हंसाबा को पैसे नहीं दिए. Thus, in order to get back her land, Hansaben filed a case in the taluka court. So she went to the court because the landlord did not give him the money in return of the land which he had taken of Hansaben. Both the landlord as well as Hansaben presented their arguments in the court. The judge heard their arguments and gave the verdict in favor of Hansaben, और Hansaben को justice मिल गई. Okay, so this is how the courts are working. They give justice to the just person, to the person who is right. Right? So all the people have confidence, have faith that they will get justice when they go to the court. Only civil, let us think about, only civil cases are heard in the taluka court. House, land or property cases are called as civil cases. So what are civil cases? Cases related to house, land or property, they are called as civil cases, right? If people do not get justice in taluka court, they can appeal to the district court. So many a times it happens that the cases cannot be solved at the taluka level, or the person is not happy with the justice at the taluka level. So they have the freedom to go to the higher court, that is after the taluka comes the district court. So they can appeal to the district court. Okay, so now we come to the High Court. How does it function? The highest court in our country is the Supreme Court. Every state has a High Court. The High Court in our state is in Ahmedabad. The jurisdiction, the judgment of the courts of all states is decided by the High Court, right? All the High Courts are uniform. They are in equal, working all uniformly in the same manner and are called Court of Records. There are other judges to help the main judge at the High Court. Anyone has the right to appeal in the High Court for public welfare. Now, if they cannot get justice in the district court, they go to the High Court, right? There are other judges to help the main judge at the High Court. Anyone has the right to appeal in the High Court for public welfare. However, if anyone appeals for the wrong reasons and wastes the court's time, he or she could be punished. So, he or she could be punished. So, let us know the things to know. That is, the things to know: the state, High Court, judges take the oath in front of the governor. Generally, lawyers argue in a High Court. If required, both the petitioners and the accused are called in the court. Now, let us see how judgment is given to Gabbar, right? How the judgment is given to Gabbar. There was a village called Ranpur. The head of that village was Lalji Mukhi. It was winter. One day, while returning home from the farm late in the evening, a car suddenly stopped near him. A few men got down from the car, attacked him and left him badly injured. The person who attacked him was known as a ruffian, Gabbar. Mukhi filed a case against Gabbar and got him arrested. Gabbar was asked to remain present in the court. After the argument from both the lawyers, the judgment was passed in Gabbar's favor, right? Thus Gabbar was set free and Mukhi did not get justice. Gabbar kept threatening Mukhi repeatedly and even threatened to kill him. Mukhi was fed up of this and thus decided to appeal in the High Court. The High Court heard the arguments from both the sides. Judgment of the High Court was different from that of the district court. Understood, children? Gabbar was convicted and Mukhi finally got justice. Hence, if a person feels that he doesn't get justice from the district court, he or she can appeal in the High Court, right? So, let us know every district has a criminal court. The policemen arrest criminals on the basis of complaints filed against them. Criminal gets punishment like penalty, life imprisonment or death sentence on the basis of the type of crime committed by him or her. Theft, robbery, duel, murder, physical harm or any kind of fights come under criminal cases. When the police get to know about a crime for the first time, an FIR is registered, right? Understood? So, that FIR is registered. Let us see. Now, what happened in Jugnu's case? There was an abominable and cruel man named Jugnu who had, abominable means what? To whom the society does not approve. He was having hatred for everyone. People were afraid of him as he could rob and kill anybody. One day, a social worker visited that village. Since Jugnu's deeds were of a criminal offense, she filed a case against him in the district criminal court in order to save people from his terror. He had created a terror in the life of the people. He was tried in court, but the lady lost the case as no one dared to speak against Jugnu. However, if people had stood witness against Jugnu without fear, what verdict would have been passed. Jugnu would have been convicted. He would be accused of his crime. But the people of the village are afraid. So children, don't be afraid, but say what is the correct thing. So with this, I end my discussion of this chapter. Hope you have understood this chapter. Go through the text and watch the video carefully, and I'll be sending the PDF of the chapter. Thank you.